Good evening. I'm Dorothy Lee, Family Consumer Science Agent, Escambia County. And this evening we're going to take a look at the table setting, the art of table setting. Setting a table is an art, and it includes a few accessories. The main accessories, of course, would be our linens and our decoration, our china, glassware, and our flatware. And in making sure they are in the proper place is very important to setting the mood or a theme for your dinner or for your luncheon. So have you ever asked yourself this question as a dinner guest: which spoon do I use first? Well, sometimes that can be a big problem, but there are some easy ways in answering that question. Let's take a look at how we can answer the question of which piece of flatware to use first. So let's get started and set our table. Of course, the very first thing that we would do is we want to put on our cover, our plate. I have a charger that I'm using for this setting. So I'm going to place that charger about an inch from the edge of the table, and then the plate would go on the center. Now, if I only had a plate, I would just place my plate at the very edge of the table. The next thing would be we want to take a look at our napkin. And the napkin is always placed with a fold end loose toward the plate, and it's placed to the left of the plate, and it's placed where you can reach and pull up your napkin and place it in your lap. Makes it easy there for taking care of your napkin. And a good rule to remember is we work from the outside in. So using your flatware, which of course is your fork and your knife and your spoon, using flatware, work from the outside in. And on the left side would be your fork. So we're going to place that in line with the napkin. Now, sometimes you may have more than one fork, and that can be a question as to which to use first. So the left side of the plate would be a salad fork. And a good way to identify the salad fork is, as a general rule, it's smaller than your dinner fork. However, sometimes it may be the same size. And if so, it's easy to decide which fork to use because we're going to work from the outside in toward the plate. So we would use the fork that's placed here to the left in the first line. And then on the right side of our plate is our knife. The knife, the dinner knife, will be placed with the blade inward toward the plate, also in line with an inch of the edge of the table. Sometimes you may have more than one knife. You may have a steak knife, and that would be placed next to it. And then the spoon would be placed next to the knife. And there may be 3 or 4 spoons, depending on whether or not you're having coffee or you're having a soup as an entree, or maybe there is a dessert spoon, and it might be placed also to the right of the plate. And glassware is placed at the tip on the right of the plate, at the tip of the knife. In previous times, in our grandmother's times, our mother's times, sometimes at a formal dinner there were up to 11 different glasses placed on the table at the tip of the knife. But usually now we only have 1 or maybe 2, maybe a water glass and a beverage glass. And so if there are more than 1 glass, then they're placed in a triangle in a line with the main glass, which would be your water glass. These are just a few tips on setting a place setting for either a dinner party or maybe just for a family meal. And as you can see on the table, we have a little more elaborate table setting. The place settings have some additional pieces now because it is a formal dinner, and I've added an extra glass for another type of beverage, and also there is an addition of a cup and saucer for a hot beverage. So these are just a few tips, and Probably by now you're looking at it and saying, wow, that's a lot of information. But there is an easy way to remember exactly how all of the pieces fit together here for a table place setting. And one way is to remember the acronym using the word forks, F-O-R-K-S. F is for, of course, for the fork, and the fork is on the left side. O is for the round plate, and the plate is placed within an inch of the edge of the table. R is for the right, and the right side of the plate we have the water glass or beverage glass placed at the tip of the knife, and any other glasses that we might need. K, of course, is for the knife, and the knife is placed with the blade toward the plate. And S is for the spoon, which is placed next to the knife, whether it's 1 spoon, 2 spoons, or 3 spoons. So just remember the acronym FORKS, F-O-R-K-S, and you will have all the tools you need to get ready to set a very attractive place table setting.